The next stop on the 2015 Terracross Championship starts here at HAYDAYS in Minnesota, where the competition is revving up and the competitors aren't holding back.
It's a rivalry.
If I get the chance, I'm going to take him out.
I'm going to send him off the track.
See you at the first turn. Just hope I don't put you over the wall, or in the wall.
Take a lesson from the pros and strap yourself in for the ride. Terracross is up next. Welcome to North Branch, Minnesota, and the 49th annual Snow Barons HAYDAYS. Today, the largest snowmobile event in the world will showcase some of the top drivers in off-road truck racing and action sports stars, including multiple X Games gold medalists, racing in stock Polaris RZR 1000 machines on a Supercross-style course. This is the 2015 Terracross Championship Series, stop number 3. Hello everybody, I'm Kevin Barnett, and Terracross continues to attract top drivers and action sports athletes to be challenged by these one-of-a-kind courses. The story from the 2014 season has carried through to the 2015 Terracross Championship, and that is consistency pays off in Terracross. Jason Lubricant won the overall series last year and leads again this year coming into this event. He has yet to win a Terracross race and wants to take a checkered flag. Winning is not easy in Terracross because the field is deep with talent from all types of motorsports, like the local favorite, 7-time X Games gold medalist Levi LaValle, and the 2013 overall Terracross champion and winner of the second race of the 2015 season in Del Mar, RJ Anderson. RJ is a superstar in the off-road truck racing world and continues to push the limits in Terracross, and he's on track now with my broadcast partner, Paul Thacker.
So RJ, we're just coming through the Walker Evans whoop section. We talk about game-changing sections of track all the time. Take me through this one.
Yeah, you know, this is one of the key elements to this track and making or losing ground. We got 3 different sections here, the high line, middle line, which we just came through, and then even a lower line. And based on which line you take, there's different bumps and different jumps through it and different speeds, and they try to keep us the same speed through all of them, but if you're following a guy, you can't take the same line because you can't pass a guy in the same line as you. So if someone makes a mistake or you're a little quicker, you want to take a different line. So really you got to look ahead into this section and plan it out as you're going through that over-under jump.
Makes perfect sense, man. Hey, you're in the mix for the championship. I wish you the best today. Tear it up.
Thanks, guys.
Look at the season point standings so far. Jason Luber, consistent. A pair of third places puts him atop the standings. RJ Anderson has won a race. Brandon Sims has been a factor. This is a lot of tight racing. Even if you're number 10, you still have a shot this year.
Absolutely. The racing's been nothing short of fantastic. I don't expect anything less.
Good look there at the Mystik Mangler, one of the crazy features on this track. Let's get a better look with our Keystone keys to the track. Take us through one lap, Paul.
All right, you got a tight start that leaves you into a hard left-hander into our first double jump. Sets you up for the freestyle landing jump, which is a big floater, really a fun feature. Into these 2 huge spines, really intimidating when you're on the track. That brings us into the Fox Proving Grounds. Got to get through there clean to set up for the Mystik Mangler. Then you've got a hard right-hander that brings us into what's our finish line over-under section. Such a cool feature. Couple more tight corners, got to get through this stuff clean. Leads you directly into our 3-lane Walker Evans whoops. Great section, game-changing section, and that's a lap.
A hugely challenging course. Already 11 drivers through to our men's main event. Mitch Guthrie Jr. doing well in the UTV Underground Walker Evans ride. Dana Creech won here before, looking good in his GoPro ride. And don't forget about the hometown guy, Team LaValle and Mystik Lubricant's Levi LaValle. Huge crowd on hand, ready for more action on the track. We have 11 through. We're looking for 4 more racers. 2 out of the next 2 LCQs, and this is LCQ number 1 on track right now. Hubert Rowland of Nitro Circus fame, his rookie ride, and a legend, Daryl Rath, ATV legend, Mystik Lubricants driver, looking for a spot. And next to him, Colton Moore from snowmobiling.
Yeah, Colton, multi-time X Games gold medalist. He's got plenty of skills behind the wheel of a Polaris RZR.
In row 2, Louis Skibo and Ronnie Feist, FMX All-Star, ready for LCQ number 1. Remember, top 2 transfer, everybody else done for the day.
Holy smokes, look at this stacked field in this first LCQ.
And look at Colton Moore into turn number 1, using that pole position. A little brake check, maybe.
Yeah, that's a big hole shot. He's got to be stoked with that. First lap on the way.
Moore off to a good start, as is Roland. Roland, just a rookie here, but already in second place in a transfer spot early on.
Man, look at that roller section. It's just so intimidating when you're behind the wheel coming at those huge piles of dirt.
Fox Proving Grounds here leading into that Mystik Mangler. A little out of shape is Moore, gathers it in. And watch this section all day long. That is a difference maker.
Yeah, the Mystik Mangler is a cool part of the track.
So clean start for all 5 racers. As we go GoPro on board with Ronnie Feist.
Man, look at him sawing on the wheel of that Polaris racer. It's not a smooth ride out there. Those guys get put through the paces.
Well, these Razor 1000s, remember, factory prepared. You can pull it off the showroom. It'll perform just like that, soaking up this tough track. Negotiating those 3 lanes. Everybody liking the inside. Roland.
A little squirrely.
Now, Hubert Roland's known as a track builder. Not necessarily a racer, but he's looking good here in LCQ number 1.
Yeah, America's favorite redneck is getting around the track pretty good.
One of the best nicknames ever. Now there's Ronnie Feist in 3rd. So watch that battle between Feist and Roland. Looking for that transfer spot. Feist with some work to do.
Oh, that onboard going over the Mystik Mangler. You got to hit it with the right speed. You can't get hung up on top. It's real easy not to go fast enough, and it's real easy to go too big.
Terrific track conditions here in Minnesota. A little sandy. Different kind of track than we saw in Del Mar. We're now on board with Colton Moore.
Yeah, this GoPro gets to show you the Walker Evans whoop section. You can see all 3 lanes. This is what Colton Moore is seeing right now. Just cranking through there.
Tremendous view there, thanks to the folks at GoPro. Coming back around, this will be a tight left-hander. Moore through that inside smooth.
Yeah, you can see 2 definitive lanes, basically at least 2 in each part of the track. The track builders did such an incredible job at HAYDAYS.
There's quite a few choices throughout this course when it comes to lines. Do you feel like there's one fast line, or can you make different lines on different laps?
You know, the track changes a lot, and I've seen guys making changes. They're not hitting the same lines every lap, so it's hard to say. Everything looks like it's pretty equal.
Identically prepared machines make for great racing, as we are halfway through LCQ number 1 here in Terracross, and it's Colton Moore up front.
The 2015 Terracross Championships on CBS Sports Network is being brought to you by Polaris Razor, by Mystik Lubricants, the official racing lubricant of Terracross. Learn more at mystiklubes.com. And by GoPro, the world's most versatile camera.
Welcome back to Terracross here at HAYDAYS. The over-under, Rockstar Energy's Colton Moore hucks it, and he is leading, starting to stretch out a little bit.
Yeah, I think Colton Moore is he's used to hucking it. He's our current X Games freestyle gold medalist, so yeah, he likes to go big.
All right, the action lies in second. Remember, 2 transfer spots to the main up for grabs. Hubert Roland, just a rookie at this, out of the Nitro Circus. Usually spends his time building tracks. Right now, he's looking good on track in that second place spot. And then Ronnie Feist, here he is on the wheel, OSTFF's driver, looking to transfer up 1 spot.
Yeah, he had a bit of a rough go in San Diego, so Ronnie is definitely looking to up his results. And uh-oh, we've got a serious issue here, it looks. Huh?
Oh, popped out of gear.
Popped out of gear.
Puts it back in, and off the Razor goes once again. These machines are indefeatable.
Man, look at that Mystik Mangler. That's, you know, being able to get out on the track a little bit. That is my favorite section of track. That was so cool.
Checkered flag flies, and the transfer spots belong to Colton Moore. And who will get second? The 615. Look at Roland, Hubert Roland. go into the main event.
First main event. I think Hubert's actually been helping the guys build track a little bit, which is no big surprise. So good for him for transferring.
LCQ #1, dominated start to finish by Colton Moore.
Yeah, what a great jump off the line. The starts are so important on these tight tracks, and Colton nailed it.
A little bit of a brake check there, get the opponent off, and then hang on to it, Colton!
Little two-wheel action. That was a good save.
So Colton Moore takes the checkers, and his day continues. Let's take a look at our general final results from LCQ #1. The Rockstar Energy racer Colton Moore up in first. Action Figures Hubert Rowland goes through. Mystik Lubricants Daryl Rath did everything he could. Couldn't make it. Let's check in with Aaron Bates with Hubert Rowland, the rookie.
Unbelievable. The rookie, Hubert Rowland, congratulations, racing your way into the main event, but that did not come easy for you either. You ended up having to hold off Ronnie Feist, but for your very first Terracross, how good does this moment feel?
It's pretty amazing, actually. I went through practice and went through qualifying, and I really wasn't nowhere near as fast as them. These guys drive all the time. I drive dozers and tractors. I build tracks. I don't drive razors. But just do the best I can. Thanks for Travis Pastrana and Action Figures for helping me get here, and HCR and everybody else that stands behind me, Super ATV and all those good people.
Hubert, we're excited to see what we have in store for the main event. Thank you.
Hubert doesn't know track builders have a pretty good record here at Terracross. We've given you a look at one race on this incredible course. Let's hear what the drivers have to say about what it's like to be on track in a Razor 1000.
You know, there's a little tabletop that you pretty much keep it pinned, and then there's a split line over the big FMX jump, and you know, you pretty much keep it pinned over there. Lots of air time.
And then we'll take a right-hander, and it'll be some fingers, what we like to call them, I guess, or anthills. And we'll go over those too. There's 2 of them. They'll take a right-hander.
You know, then you go into a little rhythm section that's kind of some chop into that big, deep bonsai they dug out, the Mystik Mangler, I guess.
Make a right-hand turn, you're coming right to the finish line. Cross the finish line, which is an over-under, land, and you go right back under the over-under jump, which is pretty unique for this racing, you know, to be able to jump, have someone jump over, and it kind of startles you sometimes when you go under.
The over-under is just one of the exciting track features here in Terracross. We're ready for LCQ #2, 2 spots to go. And the local kid, Andy Ives, in the HMK Polaris ride, looking for one of those spots. PRP seats and KC highlights Josh Cobb in the 66 out of Arizona, sits in the middle of row 1. And on the inside, Chris Barant in the 211 Monster Razor 1000. And in the back row, Jim Beaver of the Down and Dirty Radio Show, good UTV program. Hey, Chris Barant's mic'd up. What's it like being out there, Chris?
All right, guys, I got a good starting position here in the LCQ. I had a little trouble in my qualifier, but I got a good inside line here. The course is getting torn up, but I'm ready to go, and I'm going to put some clean laps in and get to that final.
All right, good luck, Chris. We go on board with Jim Beaver right there. Normally, he's talking a bunch here. He's going to have to be quiet and drive. Barant with that perfect spot. We saw the inside hole shot from Colton Moore in LCQ1, LCQ2 underway. Another good start from the inside.
Yeah, that inside spot, that's a desired position for your starting grid. Chris Barant, great jump. He's out front.
One driver going to the outside. That was Andy Ives. See how that works out for him. Looks good into the right-hander and into the anthills here. Look more like African termite mounds.
Affectionately called the anthills. Yeah, it's a crazy part of the track. It's great.
Good move by Ives up the inside, trying to go past McFarland and the MystikATVRiders.com right as they huck it side by side over the Mystik Mangler.
And these guys are coming around that right-hander to our finish line over-under section. It's such a cool part of the track. I fully love it.
Monster Energy's Chris Barant in the 211 continuing to lead, but not far behind. Good battle for second, Ives and McFarland.
And I tell you what, this Walker Evans whoop section these guys are coming into, there's the 3 lanes. I mean, you can see Andy following. He's not going to get that transfer position if he's following.
I don't see anybody taking that outside line. Which of those 3 lanes do you like?
You know, the outside is fast. It's a little bit smoother. It's a little bit longer way around the track, but obviously, you know, you're not seeing the guys take it. It looks, that inside seems to be the fast way around.
You mentioned Ives following. He continues to do so as Barant is on the gas going around this track.
Yeah, and these guys, I mean, there's 2 distinct lines, and Barant's just making his own way around the track, not really taking any specific line. That's good racing.
Battle for second continues. Ives up the inside once again. Doesn't get there.
It looks like Ives might be setting McFarland up. he's testing the waters. Whoa.
What a jump from McFarland trying to make time on the over-under.
But we've got some pretty tight racing in this second LCQ. These guys are keeping each other honest.
Hey, when in doubt, just pin it, huh?
Exactly.
Wow, look at the way these Razor 1000s soak up those big bumps through that inside.
They're just incredible. They're mini trophy trucks, man. They're awesome.
GoPro on board with Monsters. Chris Barrett in the 211. He's going to go over that big floater out of that nice little left. How about these anthills? What's the best way to negotiate these two up and downs?
Well, you don't want to go too slow and get stuck, and it's real easy to go a little bit too big and end up on the front end of those Razors.
Morant through smooth. He goes into the Fox Proving Grounds, and once more, up over the Mangler.
That's such a cool feature, man.
Morant making the right-hand turn, and 3 laps in the books. Halfway through LCQ number 2.
Uh-oh, we've got a... Oh, my God. Scott McFarland with a little bit of bobble there. And I'm not sure what happened, but he kind of got a late start to that over-under section.
He got a late start, and he allowed Andy Ives into that transfer position, so now it's McFarland with some work to do. 3 laps to do it.
Yeah, Andy Ives, he's a veteran to Terracross now and local North Brancher. He's looking pretty good. Oh, no, McFarland.
McFarland overdriving that right-hander. He's upside down. Ives with some space. Looking good for the HMK Polaris ride. And the main event possibilities. Action all over 2015 Terracross. McFarland thrilling the crowd, but losing a spot in the main event. The conclusion of LCQ2 coming up. Heydays in Minnesota and round 3 of 2015 Terracross. Kevin Barnett along with Paul Thacker watching LCQ number 2. The final lap underway. Chris Barrett been in control since the start. Andy Ives in the HMK Polaris moved into second. Looks like he's going to get the second transfer position to the main.
Yeah, he's feeling pretty comfortable in that second spot, looking pretty good. And Chris Brandt, our own Chris Brandt, looking really good out front. Big, solid lead.
Looking good right to that moment there. A little trouble, but plenty of lead for the 211. He'll head into the anthills once again. Good view here. GoPro on board. The up and down vertical nature of this.
Yeah, they're really tall mounds of dirt. They're pretty impressive.
Fox Proving Grounds up next, and then on into the Mystik Mangler. There it is.
You can see that float time as you bounce over the top of that thing.
There's the checkered flag. LCQ number 2 goes to Monster Energy's Chris Barrett in the 211. And the second spot, he fought hard for it, Andy Ives.
Andy Ives in that HMK drove a really solid race. Good to see him transfer.
Barrett and Ives doing work in LCQ number 2. As we look back at the start, it was Barrett on the inside. That seems to be the hot ticket.
That is definitely the gate pick of choice. Such a great jump. Hugs that inside, doesn't let anybody sneak underneath him, and man, the rest is history. Chris drove a great race.
McFarland was in a battle for much of that race with Andy Ives. That was lap 1 over the Mystik Mangler. Side by side. That's what's fun about Terracross.
Oh yeah, it's great tight racing. It's as much fun to watch as it is to actually race.
McFarland missing a gear. Ives would take advantage right before the over-under. McFarland lucky just to get there. And then this in the next turn.
Yeah, I think the pressure of that little mistake led to a little bit bigger mistake.
We take a look at our General Insurance final results. Barrett and Ives join the field for our main event. So the field is set for the men's final. Give me some favorites here for podium spots.
Oh, holy smokes. This is a stacked field. A lot of heavy hitters. You got to like Dana Creech, RJ Anderson, Luberg. Those guys have been on point all season.
Men's main event yet to come for the fans here in Minnesota. But it's time for our first main event, the women's final. Coming into the women's final, the undeniable favorite has to be Sarah Price.
Sarah Price has been absolutely flawless to this point in the season. She took both races in San Diego. She's been so good, so fun to watch. I mean, man, such a great talent.
Couple of dominating performances in Del Mar. She would go 1-1 on the weekend. Coming into Haydays as the points leader, Sarah has become not only an incredible driver on track, but also a recruiting voice for the sport of Terracross. With more on that, here's Aaron Bates.
Not only has Sarah Price dominated the first 2 rounds, she's also an advocate for Terracross racing, recruiting other female athletes to come join the fun. So far, there's camaraderie amongst these girls. During track walk, Sarah Price, she showed some tips and some advice on what to do on the track.
Pretty much everyone here is my friend. You know, I'm so excited. I've been trying to help everyone, like if they're nervous.
Yeah, it's pretty cool actually. Sarah Price, I used to race motocross against her. And she's another one of those people that has kind of been putting it in my ear for actually many years that you need to come out here and race side-by-sides with me. You need to come and do this with me. I mean, she's been doing awesome. She's such a smooth rider too. I've, you know, watched some of her previous races and she's just done a really good job.
Let's just say they're all competition, so try to knock them off one at a time. And yeah, we're not friends, but that's okay.
And you know, Sarah, I called her when I told her I was going to be racing this series, and she gave me tons of pointers and she actually took me out for my track walk and showed me how to hit some of those jumps. So, I mean, we all are racers, so we all want to beat each other. I think the women's class is actually the most competitive out of all the classes here, so.
Sarah Price with a little work to do out of the back row there in the Optimus Starters Razor 1000. Also, Jolene Van Vught of Nitro Circus fame and action figures rockstar racer. In the front row, Katie Vernola. You heard her wearing the black hat there in the Super ATV ride.
Not making any friends in the interviews.
And on the inside, that's the spot you want to be. Shelby Anderson in the Walker Evans Racing number 5.
It's actually RJ's cousin. So she's got speed in the blood.
And a little advice probably on track on how to go fast. 5 racers for the women's final here in race 3 at Haydays.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Less than 10 and we're underway. Oh, the inside. Good move from Shelby Anderson.
That inside grid spot, #1 spot, has been really hot today. Looks like Shelby got a little help to get out to that outside line there.
Jolene Van Vught, no stranger to stepping on the throttle as the anthills loom.
Boy, neck and neck into the Fox Proving Grounds. Shelby is looking really solid. Whoa!
Oh, coming up from behind. Look out, Van Vught over the Mangler. Side by side. Over the over-under, all the way into the corner.
Holy smokes, these girls are on it.
Oh, a little battle there for Nola. Puts Van Vught upside down. Welcome, rookie.
She definitely not making any friends in the interviews and taking it right to the track.
On board now, GoPro with Katie Vernola. That is a black helmet, that's perfect.
Katie Vernola driving well, but look at Sarah Price takes that inside line through the Walker Evans whoops, and just like that, she's from the back row to 2nd place.
We're GoPro on board with Sarah Price as she tries to make that pass stick here over the floater.
Boy, I tell you what, Sarah Price is such an impressive driver. She's really taken to this Terracross, and you can just see it on the track. I mean, how smooth, how quickly did she make that happen? That's good stuff.
Sarah Price, a terrific WMX rider. You might have seen her on the 78.
Oh.
Over the Mangler. Good jump there, and now the outside. There's the over-under. Pushing these Polaris Razor 1000s to the limit. And that limit's pretty high.
Absolutely. Boy, Shelby Anderson's got her work cut out for her to stay out front because Sarah Price is on a mission.
Now, for now, Walker Evans Racing. Shelby Anderson has shown the speed as they are in the Walker Evans whoops. Lots of options here. There's that outside getting some use.
Line, yeah. Looks like Sarah Price actually put a little bit of time on Shelby Anderson with that outside. Oh, Sarah look at that inside line by Sarah. Oh, it's Shelby.
Shelby goes to the outside and all the way outside onto the side of a Razor 1000. Price to the 1st place spot.
Oh, that's a big mistake by Shelby Anderson. Sarah Price out front, pretty clean sailing it looks like from here.
Price looking good just a quarter of the way through the race. Some work to do in the back of the field, and if you're looking for a podium spot in Terracross, sometimes there's a little dirty work to be done. Vernola welcomes Van Vliet to Terracross in 2015. Jolene, hang on to it. Also, Shelby Anderson, get yourself back on four wheels. The 2015 Terracross from North Branch, Minnesota. Kevin Barnett alongside Paul Thacker enjoying the women's final. White flag taken by Sarah Price, looking for her third win of the year.
Yeah, Sarah's been so impressive, absolutely driving the wheels off that Polaris Razor 1000. 3 in a row, that's what she's looking for, and it's looking pretty solid at this point.
Shelby Anderson looking like she has control of that second place spot in her Walker Evans Racing Razor 1000. Price around the outside, and the Walker Evans whoops once again. As we go on board with our points leader.
Yeah, it's fun to watch Sarah on these onboards just navigate these obstacles so cleanly, just driving really well. Confident driver.
About half a lap to go, and it will be 3 races, 3 wins for Sarah Price. Fox Proving Grounds leading that Mystik Mangler. Nice and smooth over that thing. That's a tough obstacle. Over, under, and some checkers. Winner, once again in 2015, Sarah Price with another solid race from start to finish. She did have to do a little work from mid-pack.
That's true. She started in the back row, put some pressure on some people, and here's the result. 3 rounds, 3 wins.
Nice bit of driving from Shelby Anderson, the Walker Evans Racing entry. She will come home here in second, despite being upside down at one point. This was bumping and banging from the very start. The intensity was there.
Yeah, these girls are so competitive. Shelby Anderson with a great jump. Again, that inside line is a choice for the start.
Yeah, you want to be on the inside in this kind of collision. Jolene Van Vliet gets a little welcome to Terracross from Katie Vernola. And this is the point where Shelby Anderson was maybe feeling the pressure.
I think she was feeling a little Sarah Price pressure there, you bet.
Optimist starter Sarah Price with the win. Walker Evans Racing, Shelby Anderson in second. Katie Vernola in third. Let's go down to Aaron with our Polaris winners interview.
Sarah Price remains undefeated so far this season. Congratulations picking up your 3rd victory. But Sarah, this victory did not come easily for you. You had to work your way through the pack. Earlier you had said to me that your plan was to stay smooth and consistent and capitalize on others' mistakes. Did you execute your plan according to plan?
Yeah, I did. You know, I had broken qualifying, so I qualified, last. Danielle had also crashed. She's my partner in this race, so it was a good time. I did exactly what I had planned to. I just wanted to stay out of everyone's way and just kind of do the best I could just driving and taking faster lines to get around them.
Sarah, congratulations, picking up that 3rd victory here at round 3.
Our Razor Power performance has to be Sarah Price coming from the back of the field.
Absolutely. She didn't have the easiest start, but I tell you what, she sure drove a great race. And nearly flawless.
Almost up on the front wheels there, but Price would hold it together, put pressure on everybody else, and go to the win. Razor Power Performance, Sarah Price, as the men line up. In the field, number 37, RJ Anderson. You should know him from his Razor viral videos.
XP1K is a viral video series we've done alongside Polaris and Youth Fear and Ground Man Media. And we basically took an idea to Polaris and said, hey, Razors are awesome. I mean, they're such a cool, unique machine. We need to show the world that it's more than just a golf cart, and how they were first portrayed when they came out to the world. And I think we've done exactly that. A lot of people have given us such good feedback on our videos, and I think it does a lot for the sport, whether you ride motocross, quads, Razors. I mean, just to get off-road out there and put it in front of viral masses on YouTube and just do cool, unique things in a Razor. I think it does a lot for everyone that's in this pit, and it's awesome to be a part of that.
You can count on RJ Anderson to drive the wheels off the Razor wherever he is. He'll do it next here at North Branch. Stop 3 of the 2015 Terracross Championship happens at HAYDAYS, an event with modest beginnings back in the 1960s has turned into something special.
It's really a crazy event, one-off. I mean, it's one of the biggest, if not the biggest, snowmobile expo in the world. A little bit of everything you'll find at HAYDAYS.
A lot to do for the fans, a lot of experiences to be had. You can come by and see local heroes like Levi LaValle. These guys, incredibly accessible athletes.
Yeah, you're not going to find an event where the pros and the fans can interact quite as easily as HAYDAYS.
Our field is set for the men's final, and in there is the 108 of Levi LaValle. Let's go down to Aaron Bates.
Well, guys, it was 1 year ago here at HAYDAYS that Levi LaValle raced his very first Terracross, and obviously a lot of seat time since then. Levi, you came out, you won your heat race, and you've got this track dialed in, but you didn't start with a whole shot, and you had to maneuver your way through the pack. What is it that you're doing differently than the rest of your competition?
You know, I think that the main thing I'm just trying to do is I'm trying to just brake later and stay on the gas longer. And I mean, it's nothing they don't know and they don't do. It's just like being new at it. That's one of the things that I struggle with early on. So I'm just trying to tidy that up and just be a little bit more, hit my spots a little better. So it seems to be working.
Now, it's your hometown race. You are a fan favorite, a lot of chanting, a lot of cheering for you. Do you fuel off the added pressure, or do you find it to be a disadvantage?
Oh, no, I really like all the people cheered for me and stuff. You know, it's neat being here. This is, I've been coming here for a lot of years, and it's just fun having all the support from all the people. So for me, it's a boost for me.
Best of luck to you out there.
The Mystik Lubricants racer is in the front row. Joining him there will be GoPro's Dana Creech in the 33. Alongside him, there is Levi. On the inside, Mitch Guthrie Jr., Walker Evans Racing with that pole position. We've seen some good starts from that spot. There's RJ Anderson. 170 feet he went in that jump, in that video. Unbelievable. We'll be on board with Jason Luberg, our points leader, still looking for his first win. As we get to our Optimus starters grid, Mitch Guthrie Jr., he is in control in that inside spot. Sims, he had a good finish already in Del Mar. Sims on the podium in the race 2. Came home in second. He'll have to go from mid-pack this time. Under 10. HAYDAYS, race number 3, 2015 Terracross. Green flag, we're underway. 12 laps.
Boy, look at that start, all those Razors.
What pushed to the outside for just a moment was Dana Creech.
Once again, that inside first positions on the starting grid
But
is
look
a whole
at Creech
shot
right back around. He took the outside and then inside.
Wow.
Over the anthills, he goes by Anderson.
Boy, I tell you what, that is a lot of buggies racing right there. What a great shot.
Fox Proving Grounds, Levi LaValle. Oh, a little hard over the Mangler. He's stuck.
He's stuck on the Mangler. He got somebody hit him from the outside and it killed his momentum, and he wiggled it off.
Shakes himself loose. It's not quite like a sled. So LaValle with a lot of work to do now after a good start, a nice qualifying effort upside down. Cole Coutu. Coutu, who finished second in race number 1, he has problems. This is a crowded field, 16 buggies.
Mitch Guthrie looking good out front.
GoPro on board with another one of our course constructors, Dana Creech. He works with Jason Luberg on the track, and that has been a recipe for success when it comes to the main events. There's the 8 of Mike Gardner. He's made some good moves early in that monster Razor. Jason Luberg once again on board. Remember, our points leader, but still looking for a win.
Yeah, you can see Luberg kind of looking over his shoulder there to see who was on the inside of him. You don't want to give up those inside lines.
Boy, these guys are really hucking the Mystik Mangler on these first couple laps. The main underway, and for Cole Coutu, he wishes for a restart. Finds himself on his cage. Got to keep the rubber side down, Cole. More to come. Men's main event race number 3, Terracross 2015. Race number 3 from North Branch, Minnesota, the 2015 Terracross season. Kevin Barnett alongside Paul Thacker and Aaron Bates. Bringing you all the action as it's the course builder trying to make a move for the lead. GoPro's Dana Creech trying to put a little pressure on our leader, Mitch Guthrie Jr.
And Dana Creech is fast. He's got oh, Colton Moore.
Colton pieces flying out from inside.
You know, he talked about it earlier. If you go a little too big on those spines, bad things can happen. Colton just demonstrated it.
We've seen some tip overs. That was 100% upside down. Colton Moore. Outside, Dana Creech. Oh, he knew that secret, didn't he? He scouted that line when he was putting it in.
Guthrie takes the line away, but Dana Creech is on a mission right now.
Mitch Guthrie Jr., Walker Evans racing driver. Factory Polaris. As we're getting Colton Moore upright, he's pointed the wrong way. Get out of the way, fellas. Those are the leaders coming around. Guthrie Jr. holds up. Creech, now he has a little bit of pressure from behind Mike Gardner.
Oh,
sideways again.
Into the back of Creech, gets hung up on the Mystik Mangler. RJ.
RJ having none of it on the inside line. These guys are on the gas.
Wow.
Look at the lineup here. Mitch, Dana, RJ, Luber behind him. Pushing up underneath this, Mickey Thomas.
Wow.
He has a win already this year.
Dana Creech banging off the berm, getting the momentum. Is he going to make it stick this time around? Oh, he's cutting back inside.
Spectacular racing action here at race 3.
RJ Anderson's onboard showing he's just waiting, lurking to make a move. And these guys, look, man, these guys are just on it.
Creech, good job with the braking. He's going to try and make a move on the
anthills. He's got that inside.
Oh, tries the brake
cuts
check.
Back underneath. Oh, no. Mitch Guthrie. Looks like he might have popped it out of gear.
Guthrie out of gear, but here comes Luberg. You know he's wanting that top spot. He's never had a win. 2014 champion without a victory.
Dana Creech in that top spot. RJ Anderson. He's got some skills in a razor. He is looking for the podium.
Mickey Thomas won race 1 this year as we go GoPro on board with him in the number 44. Well, they are pushing the limits. Mickey Thomas in 4th, but he is within striking distance of a podium and certainly the lead. Creech taking the outside line. Up the inside comes Anderson. Luber caught on the tail.
He's right there as well. This is some pretty tight racing. Fantastic stuff.
Here's Luber trying to make a move on the inside as Creech goes off to the side.
Oh, no.
Now he's behind Colton Moore, so they're out. So Luberg in the 1 finds himself in 2nd. RJ Anderson now with the lead. We'll see if he's as good on track as he is in the forest.
Mickey Thomas bringing up that last podium spot. Boy, these guys have, I mean, that's some pretty tight racing at the front of this pack right now. Whoa, Levi.
LaValle hanging on to it. You know there's a high heart rate and some smiles going on.
Man, I tell you
Levi
what,
LaValle.
Adrenaline rush is like crazy going on right now.
Hey, there's Fox Racing's Cody Rodders, who sits alongside Sarah Price. He's now in 4th, looking to get a podium spot. time to do it here. Only lap 9 of 12. Boy, that inside, that bump right there is tough going into the Fox Proving Grounds.
Yeah, and these guys are, whoa, Luberg getting a little sideways off the Mystik Mangler.
How much does Luberg want that win? Inside move here. Routers, he takes the 3rd spot. Dana Creech pushing a little too hard up front. He checks out. RJ Anderson at the front of the field.
The 2015 Terracross Championships on CBS Sports Network is being brought to you by Polaris Razor and by Mystik Lubricants, the official racing lubricant of Terracross. Learn more at mystiklubes.com.
RJ Anderson continues to lead race 3 of the 2015 Terracross Championship. Kevin Barnett alongside Paul Thacker and Aaron Bates. Jason Luberg still looking for his first victory. He has just a couple of laps to try and get around Anderson. How much has this track changed over this main event, Paul?
You know, you can really see it here in this Walker Evans whoop section. A lot of the guys were taking inside lines early. Now it looks like that outside line is the place. As you can see, RJ getting a little two-wheel action. The outside line's fast. It looks like it's keeping RJ out front.
RJ inside this time, Luberg right behind him, but you mentioned before that's no way to make a pass. You can't follow. If you're Luberg, what are you going to do here to get around Anderson? Where's your move?
You know, Anderson's a veteran. He makes things pretty tough, especially passing on a tight track like this. But Luberg, you know, it looks like he's setting him up almost to me.
Over the Mystik Mangler. Luberg to the outside. Can he make the line work for him? You know he's giving it all that the Razor Polaris 1000 has.
Look at those ruts, holy smokes.
Last lap, white flag. Cage to cage racing.
I think.
Oh, that's the race in the back there. 44, Mickey Thomas.
Mickey Thomas pushing for that 3rd spot on the podium. It's like he pushed Rodgers right off the track.
You want to make the pass on the inside. Thomas in the 44 makes it stick.
Oh, RJ's got some lap traffic.
He's going to have to cope with the number 4 of Andy Ives. There's no blue flag waving. Oh, Luberg looks up the inside.
Right there on the inside. Oh, no!
Anderson still behind Ives, who gives him no room at all. Anderson to the outside on the Mangler. This is not the line he prefers, but it's going to be enough. RJ Anderson crosses the finish line and wins race number 3. Luberg bridesmaid once again.
Wow, what a finish. Holy smokes. RJ, look at he is pumped, man.
How much fun is Terracross racing? Look at the look on RJ Anderson's face. So RJ Anderson now with consecutive victories in 2015 Terracross. Race 2 and 3 as we look back at how this all got underway. Mitch Guthrie Jr. took the whole shot.
Yeah, another great start from that inside. Mitch Guthrie was looking real good in the beginning.
Now he got a shot there from Levi LaValle, Mystik Lubricants racer, who would get hung up on the Mystik Mangler. When your sponsor Element hangs up the sponsor car, that's not very good. We had a lot of fantastic action. Dana Creech had to pull off there, handing Luberg an opportunity to get at Anderson. But RJ Anderson would hang on for the win. Let's take a look at the General Insurance final results. Anderson in first, Luberg in second, Mickey Thomas on the podium there in third. And Levi LaValle salvaged a 5th. Good driving.
You know, I think one little mistake on the Mystik Mangler when he got hung up probably kept him off the podium, but he's getting closer.
Let's check in with Aaron with our Polaris winners interview.
Talk about sheer mayhem. These guys are having a lot of fun out there, both former champions. But RJ, you guys were both, Jason as well, you guys were both neck and neck that entire race all the way down to the finish line. What was going through your mind when all this was happening?
Yeah, I was thinking this is Terracross. This is what we do. So Jason and Dana did an awesome job on the track making it raceable. And Mitch and Dana got out front. Me and Jason didn't start on the front row. Those guys got out front. And the track was gnarly. They had a decent gap on me. And I don't know, they suffered some mechanical obstacles, so it set me up right in the lead, and Jason was right on me. I think Mickey was right there with us, and awesome battle. We got into some lappers right there, and I'm like, well, I'm taking a line I haven't taken yet, so we're going to hope it works out. Either it's going to work out good for me or good for Jason. So awesome battle, and I think the fans here at HAYDAYS enjoyed it.
Defending champion Jason Ludwig, congratulations to you. That runner-up position, you had a lot to overcome out there today, but take us through, you're still waiting for that very first victory to come to you. Did you think for a moment you were going to have it here today?
Once we got to the front, I was following him to the end. I mean, it's too close. I'm not going to get around him very easy. So, you know, that not today, not this one, maybe tomorrow.
Gentlemen, congratulations on putting forth a great battle here today.
Luberg's still looking for that first victory, but he continues to be a model of consistency, holding the points lead, and it looks like the top three kind of starting to separate themselves.
Yeah, those guys are definitely putting in solid drives each and every race. But like Jason Luberg, I tell you what, he's hungry for that top spot on the podium.
You can see Luberg giving it everything he had in the last couple of laps. 3 down, 3 to go in the 2015 Terracross Championship. For my partners, Paul Thacker and Aaron Bates, I'm Kevin Barnett saying goodbye from Minnesota. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports.